Hello, everybody. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing great and everything is great on your end. I am Joan Lydia Mbeyu, and welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. Today, we'll be talking about some interesting topic that I am very passionate about, and this is the questions to ask when you're courting or when you're dating with the intention of getting married to your partner. So the questions to ask while dating or courting your partner before marriage. If your intention is to get married to this person, what kind of questions are they that you should ask to get to know this person more and more, and be sure if this is the right person that you want to get married to. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, tea, or your favorite beverage, and let's get into this. So you found your person, the person, and you are undeniably in love. It is so easy to think about the future with this person, and you've started thinking about engagement, wedding, and all those fun stuff. And as much as it's exciting to think about all that, it is also important to know how aligned both of you are when it comes to that shared future. So, this is a serious season that should be handled in a proactive manner, in that this is the time to have those big conversations, asking those crucial questions. And I'm a firm believer in that, on asking these deep questions, and it depends on the phase of your courtship or your relationship that you're in. You know, you can't ask these questions when you're starting out with a person. So you need to gauge where both of you are in the stages of a relationship to know when to have these deep conversations, asking these crucial questions so that you may get to know who this person is and know how aligned both of you are. As I said, I'm a firm believer in having these deep discussions because it helps form that healthy foundation. You get to know the person that you're with based on how they reply to you, what answers they give you. You get to know this person, and it is essential because it will save you so much time, particularly if you want to make a deep commitment or you want to get married to this person. You get to know the kind of a person you're getting into a relationship or marriage with. So you will save yourself frustrations or regrets when you get to know who this person is early on, even before making that huge step or getting deeply committed or deeply entangled with this person. And asking these questions and having these deep conversations, you can easily get to pick red flags, yeah, because you get to talk about different topics and you pick their minds on what their perspectives are, their opinions are on different topics of life, and you can easily get to know if this person is a red flag or is a green flag, and if you want to continue being in a relationship with this person. And it is so easy to have disagreements when you have these conversations, because you're two different people from different backgrounds, you've been raised differently, everyone has their own opinions. So it's knowing what you can compromise, what you can adjust, what you cannot adjust, what you cannot compromise, and saying, okay, this I can take, this I cannot take, so maybe we call it quits or we'll work around this. So it's knowing these things early on, and knowing that, okay, this person in the early stages, he said that he's this kind of a person, or she said he's this kind of a person, so I'm willing to work with this as early as now. So today we'll be going over the questions that you can ask when dating someone or when you're courting someone. And I'm not saying that these are all the questions that you will get to ask. They're not mutually exclusive. So today I'll just go over the few topics that I feel that they are very important to ask your partner when you are intending to marry them. So let's get into it. The first topic that I am very big on is belief systems and spirituality. This is one major thing that is very important to get to know your partner about. because you might think you know your partner, but it's very important to know the specifics. This is not something you just sweep under the carpet and be like, we'll get to know about it later on in the future. It is very important to know who they worship or what they worship, so that you won't come and get the surprise of your life later on when you come and find that your partner visits shrines at night, you know. So it is very important to know what belief systems they have, and see if you align yourself or you agree with this belief system, because the people who share the same faith can have differences when it comes to the belief system, let alone people who don't share the same faith. So it's important to know what faith system or what belief do they have, whom do they worship. Am I willing to be with a person who worships something or someone different from whom I worship, you know, and decide, okay, what are the belief system are we going to raise our children when we have our kids. So it's really important to know the belief system of your partner, their spiritual walk, their walk with God, if they worship God, and see if I'm agreeing to align myself with these belief systems. And it's not something to just turn a blind eye to, because later on these things come to bring so much problems in marriages. The second topic that is very important to discuss with your partner is about children. You know, it might seem forthright that, okay, this is just an obvious topic, you know, we get married, we get children, and that's that. But it's important to know if you're both on the same page with your partner, because you can get married to someone who did not have the intention of having children, and you now have problems later on life. Your partner doesn't want children, or maybe they just want one child and you want a football team. So it's important to discuss this topic before making a deep commitment to this person. So you might ask yourself, are we on the same page about having children? If it's yes, then how many children do we want? Do we want a football team or an advert kind of a family? An advert kind of family is those families where you find they have two children or one child. So do we want so many children, or do we want just a few children? And also, and which gender do we want? You know, as much as these are things that are not predetermined, but you'd find some partners, they want a specific type of gender, you know. Some will say, I only want men children, and some will say, I only want female children because maybe I grew up with men in our house. So it's getting to know, okay, if it's children we want, which gender would we prefer, and seeing if you're on the same page with your partner, where you can compromise, where you can adjust. And also, when it comes to children, we all know that children are not manufactured. So there are some unfortunate scenarios where you both are looking for children, but it might take some while, or it might even be impossible for both of you to have children. So what are the options that you are both willing to consider? Are you willing to be open to adopting a child, or are you open to surrogacy? Are you open to IVF? You know, there are all these different ways of having children. So are you both open to this? Or maybe your partner is the kind of a person who'll be like, okay, I'm out to go and get another wife to get children with, if maybe they are not the ones with the issue. So what is it that you two can do or are open to when children are not coming easily, or you know, able to have children? You know, this is a very sensitive topic, so you might be willing to just sit down with your partner and get to know where their minds are at when it's hard or difficult for both of you to have children. And also, another matter to discuss when it comes to children is, how do you want your children to be raised? You know, everybody has their own different opinion when it comes to raising children based on how they were raised. So are you on the same page when it comes to raising kids? How do you want to discipline your children? Some will be like, okay, I don't want to beat my children, or I don't want to can them, I don't want to punish them, I just want to have a conversation with them. So are you on the same page when it comes to disciplining children, and how are you willing to split the parenting roles? Because some are of the opinion that I am the man, so I will be providing, and all the nurturing and the raising of children is up to the mother. So it's getting to know early on, when I have children with this person, how will we raise our kids? How will we discipline them? How will we share the parenting roles as early as possible? The other topic that you ought to discuss with your partner is on finances. Finances is one major topic that has brought so many conflicts in relationships and in marriages. So it is very important to know your partner's approach when it comes to finances and how they handle money. So as I said, there's so many questions you can ask to get to know how they view money. So these questions that I will share with you are not mutually exclusive. So there are so many questions you can ask, and you can get to know how your partner approaches money and what their views and perspectives are when it comes to money. So you may want to know how you'd want to split your bills, how your partner views financial management. You know, sometimes you might find that one partner has more knowledge when it comes to financial management than the other. So you might decide, okay, maybe we'll be entrusting our money with you so that you might manage the finances of this family. Do you both want to have joint account? How do you view budgeting, financial planning? How do you view investing? You know, some people will be like, I don't want investment. So it's getting to know what your partner's views are when it comes to investment. Does your partner has a debt? And if they do have a debt, what's their strategy in paying off this debt? Because once you marry your partner, that debt, you both share it, or not even share it, but it affects the financial planning or the finances of that family. Are they people who love taking loans? You know, you might find their partners who for anything they will rush to taking loans, or their partners who don't want to hear anything to do with loans. So where are you, both of you, when it comes to the matter of taking loans and having debts? And also getting to know what are the financial obligations that your partner has. You might find that your partner maybe has financial obligations when it comes to their parents or their siblings. So get to know what financial obligations they have early on, and are you willing to take this on? Because when they come into your family, they will affect one way or the other your financial plannings and financial goals as a family or as a unit. So get to know your partner's financial health status so that you may not have any surprises later on in life. The other important topic to discuss with your partner is medical issues. What is their family health history and what is their own individual health history? You know, you'd want to know what you're getting yourself into, particularly what your children are predisposed to when you get children with this person. So you'd want to know what is it that runs in their family. Are they diabetic, or is there blood pressure, or is there a mental health disorder that runs in their family? And particularly when it comes to them, what issues do they have as individuals? What medical issues do they have? Get to know these issues so that you may know what your children can be predisposed to. You know, you don't want to get some funny surprises later on in life. So get to know these issues and align yourself. Are you willing to maybe be married to this person when you know this is their health history, or you're willing to work it through with a partner? You know, so get to know their family health history and their own individual medical information so that you can plan well for yourself. The next topic to discuss with your partner is the matter of handling conflicts. As long as you're in any relationship with someone, you are bound to have disagreements because you're people of different perspectives, views, opinions of lives. So get to know, how does your partner approach disagreements and conflicts? Are they people who maybe raise their voices when they are angry? Are they people who maybe want their space when they are angry? Are they people who want to involve third parties when there's a disagreement? How do they handle criticism? Or when they are bothered by something you did, are they people who speak out, or are they people who just keep quiet and later on come and burst out when they're angry? So how do they approach conflicts of life or disagreements? And it is always important to know, when you're both on different sides of a matter, know that you're still on the same team. It's just both of you against this matter. Do not use this as an opportunity to attack the personality of someone. So get to know that in any conflict, in any disagreements, you're just on the same side but fighting this issue. The last bit that you'd want to discuss with your partner is the relationship expectations that you both have for your relationship or your marriage. You may want to know, what does fidelity and commitment mean to your partner? You might also want to know, what are the deal breakers for both of you? What is it that your partner can do and you'll be like, I'm done with this relationship, or I cannot continue with this relationship? What boundaries need to be put in place for your relationship to work out smoothly? And also you might want to know, what is the role of in-laws and family members in your relationship? Does your partner want to have in-laws involved in your relationship, or they don't want, but like, okay, this is just you and I, so anything has to be dealt between you and I? So having those relationship expectations laid out in the open as early as possible will help you run your relationship very smoothly. So we've come to the end of this talk, and I want to leave you with this, that these are not all the questions that you can ask your partner. There are more questions you can ask him or her to get to know them. And these are not questions that you can lay on someone at one go. You'd want to ask the sequentially. You can ask one today, and then later on, maybe after 2 weeks, I'll talk about another topic, and you want to bring them out naturally, not just like you're interrogating someone. It can come out as a weird person. And also, I need you to know that you asking these questions doesn't mean that your relationship will be bulletproof. You won't have any challenges, you won't have any issues. You are bound to have challenges and difficulties here and there, because it's just life. It will throw you anything. So this is just to prepare you to get to know and have a clearer picture of the person that you're getting in a relationship with. And I also need you to know that some of these topics might bring disagreements or some uncomfortability between you and your partner. So it's really important to handle these sessions, when you're having these conversations and asking these questions, with respect and also patience. Get to know that you're different people from different backgrounds. And also, if you're willing to work it out with your partner, be willing to compromise and not be like, I'm stuck in my ways and I don't want, if you're not budging to this, if you're not bowing down to this, I don't want anything to do with you. So it's important to know there's a part of give and take. And if there are other things you're like, this is a no-no for me, then you can respectfully walk away without pulling down someone, because you're different people from different backgrounds. And above all, pray, 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 because God knows the hearts of men. Someone can give you the right answers and make you hear what you want to hear, but later on turn out to be a wolf in sheep's skin. So pray, pray, pray that God will also reveal the kind of person that you are getting into a relationship with. So that's it from me. Till next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.